Hey guys, so welcome again. So I thought of doing a quick video on CloudWatch alarms for a basic instance with respect to CPU utilization. So the agenda on this video is launch an EC2 instance first, okay? Then what we're gonna do is yeah after launching an instance we will create an alarm, okay, create an alarm, and we will set a threshold of some CPU percentage value, okay, and then we will enable the SNS notification uh, via email. So SNS is nothing but SNS is equal to simple notification service. I think we have already seen this in my previous videos. So we will talk about that as well. And also, mm, yeah, I think this will do for now. So let's jump in. Okay, here we go. I'm launching my instance. Click on launch instance. So I'm in North Virginia region. So I'm clicking on free tier, Amazon Linux, and choosing. Click on select. Ta-da, ta-da. Okay, I'm using T2 root micro. Click on it. So here, make sure that you got a public IP is enabled for this, and scroll down. And just for this exercise, enable this one, CloudWatch detailed monitoring. Yeah, and then scroll down and then hit on next, and click on next add tag. So if you want to give some name for this instance, you can always give CloudWatch monitoring instance. Okay, and then scroll down next. Then in the security group, click on select, choose a security group which is open for 80 and 2022 for this demo, but in a real-time scenario we should never do that, as I've already explained. So click on launch and then go for proceed without a key pair. Click on I acknowledge, then click on launch instances. Okay, so let's wait for this instance to come up. Okay, so let me click on the instance. Now it shows running. About the status check shows still initializing. Yeah, that's good. What I'm going to do here is, if you see here on the monitoring space, click on the monitoring tab and then just click on scroll down, and here there is already something called CPU utilization is running, but right now no data available because it's still the instance is coming up, it's still initializing. It will take some time to fetch up all the data here for all the metrics. So we are just going to tune the CPU utilization. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, say for example, I'm just hitting on connect and then I'm clicking on EC2 instance connect and then click on connect. Okay, great. Just update the repos. Okay, all good. Okay, now if you type the top command, it will just tell you, okay, what is the CPU percentage running right now? It's running nothing. It's just 0% because it's a brand new AMI which we launched it. Okay, and there is no applications or nothing is running except the system programs, system processes. So what my plan is, okay, my plan is, there is a utility called Amazon stress utility. So what exactly this stress utility does is this will simulate the CPU utilization to go higher. Okay, so this is an easy way of testing your CPU utilization, which can cross more than whatever percentage you want. So right now the CPU is just, if you see percentage CPU here, it just shows 0.0 US. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to install this software. So you can always Google it. So just like this, Amazon stress utility, the first one you will get it, click on it and then copy these two commands. I'm going to copy the first command and then Control V, enter, and then you're going to copy the second command, which will in fact install the stress utility software. So click on it, hit enter. Okay, now we got the stress utility got installed. Okay, now before we start running the stress utility, we're gonna perform a couple of things in the console. Okay, so what is it? Couple of things is, Okay, this one is get completed. Okay, so I mean we did not start the stress utility yet. Okay, just give me a minute. Oh, it's already started 94 percentage now. Okay, cool. Now it's got 0 percentage, which is good. Okay, this so that happened because of during the installation this was happening, so that's why it became 100%. Then it came, now it's back 0.0 percentage. Now I'm gonna go back to the console here, clicking on the instances, and which is our instance. Yeah, this is our instance, CloudWatch monitoring instance. Yeah, so here if you see there is something called alarm status. Okay, just scroll right, and here in the no alarms, okay, and this is our instance which is running. Scroll down, and then in this alarm you have to click on this plus symbol. Now we are going to create a new alarm. Okay, so click on create an alarm. Okay, and then so here if you want to add some notifications, which we'll talk about it in a couple of minutes later, but let's leave that blank and scroll down. And then what we're going to do is average. We're going to take the average of your CPU utilization, which should be greater than, and I'm going to make it like a 20 percentage. Okay, if my CPU utilization, that is here this percentage CPU, if this crosses 20 percentage, then there should be an alarm. Okay, and for one consecutive period for 5 minutes. Okay, then scroll down. So when I say one consecutive period for 5 minutes means, okay, if you put two consecutive period for 5 minutes means, so it will do 10 minutes check. Okay, so for now I'm just doing 1 minute period of 5 minutes, and then scroll down. And what is the alarm name? Okay, so for example I'm just gonna give some alarm name, and this is average CPU utilization demo. Okay, now scroll down. So as soon as if you see this, as soon as you choose 20% here, it is giving a red mark 20%. So even if you type 50 here, then at the down below it will change your 50. Okay, so but for just for this demo I'm gonna make yeah, okay, let me make 50 itself. So I'm just gonna keep it the same. Scroll down. Okay, so that's all. So I'm gonna create an alarm. Just hit on create alarm. Now if you see on the right side here, it says alarm has been getting created, and there is no data right now because it is still in creation in progress. So after a few seconds this will become all good. There is no issues with the alarm because your CPU utilization is still running on 0.0 percentage. But if it crosses 50, then it will become red. Okay, cool. Okay, now if you see after a couple of seconds, this alarm status shows one alarm is okay. Okay, even if you click on this, it will give you a pop-up, and then if you click on this, and it will take you directly to the alarm page. Click on it. So this is the alarm which we created, and yeah, so you see the name, average CPU utilization demo. And then if you see this, okay, there was some spike happened. I hope you guys remember why this happened, because we tried to install the stress utility and then it became 0 again. So right now we are here, and if you see my timing, so my timing is for 3:52, so it's the same timing. And here alarm status is okay. So here on the left side also you can see that alarm is okay. So here I'm just talking about this one. This, it says number 1 is green, and also here it shows okay, and also yeah, so these are all the positions where you can check it. Okay, so if you click on alarms, so whatever alarms you're creating, it will be coming up here. So right now we created an alarm from the EC2 instance page itself by clicking on plus symbol, and then we got the pages, and then it got published here as well. So right now the alarm status is okay, but the condition is if the CPU utilization is greater than 50 for one time within 5 minutes, then you should make an alarm. Okay, so this, now what will happen is from this one it will become here 1. So that is what we're going to do. So from here this will go here, and here it will become 1, and it will be in a red. So that is what we are going to achieve. So let's try to do that. So how we going to do it? I'm going to go back to the instance here, yeah, and then Control L, ls minus L. Yeah, so there is a command. We already installed the stress utility. So I'm gonna try stress -c, and I'm gonna try with 3 CPU. Okay, so now we're gonna simulate the CPU utilization, which should cross more than 50%. So now what is going to happen here is, if I open my instance again, and then if you click on connect in the new terminal again, hit on connect. Okay, now if you type the top command, so you will get stress command process will be running for 3 times, and because of this your CPU percentage, if you see, it became 100%. I'm just talking about here, see, 100% here. Okay, and there are 3 stress commands are running. Yeah, so based on our CPU, based on the alarm status, what we have done here is, let me go back to your console here. I'm just clicking on alarm status. Now if you see your CPC, now it's getting increased one by one. After exactly 5 minutes it will go above 50. Yeah, so let's wait for that to go. And also you can verify here in the instances. Right now it shows one alarm is okay, but exactly after it met the condition, after it crossed the 50%, so this will become in alarm. Okay, so that is what we're gonna see right now. Just wait. Okay, now if you see, the CPU utilization crossed the 50% bar, and then it's running on 99.8, and right now the status became okay, from okay to in alarm. Okay, so as I said, from here this moved to this red color triangle, which is one alarm is in danger. It is in alarm. So even if you go back to your instance, if you refresh your instance here, so this will become, see, 1/1 in alarm. Okay, so right now, so this is how you can create the alarm. And I mean, it's not like only with the CPU utilization you can do it. You can create alarms with different metrics. For example, if I'm clicking on create alarm here, so you can choose various metrics. Okay, various metrics of various services inside the AWS. So if you want anything on Route 53, click on Route 53 health check metrics and choose whichever you want. So these many options you have. And also in the instance, say for example, let me go back to my old instance, which is stopped right now. So let me click on alarm here, and then if you scroll down, yeah, so type of data to sample. So right, I mean, for now we have chosen CPU utilization. So you can choose multiple things. Okay, see this? So you can choose multiple things here as well. Okay, so this is the easy way of creating an alarm. Now what I'm going to do is, let me check my alarm. Yeah, see, it's still an alarm, and still my CPU utilization is hitting. See, it's already crossed 50%. And now if you scroll down to the bottom, and then here it shows everything is green, and then from somewhere 2 minutes or 3 minutes back, it just became red. Okay, and if you scroll down, so here you will get what are the configurations you have done. Okay, and then it will be having a history here, like when was it configuration updated, then something happened, then from okay to in alarm, when it's gone. All these timestamps are there. So this is the thing. Let's do something real quick. What I'm going to do here is, okay, let me stop this. I'm just pressing Control C, so that my CPU utilization will become 0. It will not run the stress process. I think my screen got hung, so what I'll do is, let me do it here. So I'm gonna kill it. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this 3827. Okay, kill 3827 3. Yeah, this is fine. I think if you kill one, all the stress utility will be gone. So right now, if you see, my CPU utilization is running on 0%. So see this 0%. So let's see this alarm in next 5 minutes or so. From here it will come back. Your graph will come down, and down here again it will become red. I mean, sorry, green. Okay, cool. In the meantime, what I'm going to do here is, let me click on instances, and After 5 minutes, this will become okay in alarm. In the meantime, I'm gonna click on this. I'm gonna click on this one. Okay, so let me open this alarm again. So this is the alarm, and then let me click on actions. Okay, see, as I said, the graph is coming down. So right now the CP utilization is 17. In next 1 minute or two, this will come below for 50%, red line. Okay, so here click on actions, click on edit. So what I'm going to introduce something here is, okay, scroll down, additional configuration. Okay, data points to alarm, configure actions, update next, then configure actions. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. Let's try to add some notifications. So notifications is nothing but when the alarm becomes alarm, that is from OK to in alarm. So I want some email notification. We have a lot of notifications, but I will just show you a quick demo on how to create an email notification. Okay, so right now if you see, yes, we have seen like our instance became in trouble, but this is manually. You should go and see, okay, when the alarm event read and all those things. But there is an option where as soon as instance goes red, we can trigger some sort of notification to your phone through SMS or through email or through various AWS services like Lambda and SQS. So a lot of other things are there. So here if you refresh it, in next couple of minutes this will be okay, because my CloudWatch alarm, I think it's still coming down. Let's try it one more time. CloudWatch, then yeah, this one. Okay, not this one, sorry, 1 minute. Yeah, click on this. Okay, so this is the one. So it's coming down now. In next 5 minutes it will verify whether the status of CloudWatch, the CPU utilization is is active below 50% consistently. Then it will make the alarm from in alarm to okay alarm. Okay, cool. So what I'm trying to do right now is, let's do this. Here we go, 1 minute. Okay, I was trying to edit an alarm, so click on this and then click on actions, click on edit, and then scroll down. Not gonna change anything. Next, configure actions. Okay, here there is something called add notification. Okay, so if anything happens in alarm, okay, something happens to in alarm, so I want to send an email to a particular department or to a particular group of people. So how can you do that? Okay, so there is a concept called SNS. Okay, so SNS is nothing but simple notification service. You can find it out here, SNS, and then right click, open a new tab. So you will get a page here, simple notification service. Okay, now for SNS, maybe we can have a separate discussion on this, but just to give you a brief about it, SNS is simple notification service. So you have to create a topics first. Okay, so click on create topic, click on standard for now. So I'm going to click on the my CPU utilization alarm notification something, and then scroll down. So don't click on okay, access policy, you just make it like everyone, and then this is also everyone, and then click on create topic. So now the topic is created. So after topic you have to have subscriptions. So click on create subscription, and here, so these are all the integrated services which we have for SNS. So if your CPU utilization is crossed 50, then alarm will get triggered. That is, from OK alarm, it will go to in alarm. After it went to in alarm, then this SNS will come into the picture, and it will trigger email, or it will trigger SMS, or it will give some sort of signal to the other AWS services. For example, Kinesis, SQS, Lambda, other endpoint, API endpoint. So these kind of things. we will, I mean, we can choose it based on your requirement. But for now I'm just choosing email, and I'm going to give some email here. Okay, so just scroll down and then click on create subscription. So first thing is it will create a subscription. Okay, and then what you have to do is you need to visit your Gmail, whatever mail you given. I'm just so once you go there, see, so there would be a subscription mail you would have got. Okay, so here we go, 0 minutes ago. So you have chosen to subscribe the topic. This is the alarm, notification alarm, and AWS is saying whether you want to confirm your subscription. I'm saying yes, confirm subscription. Okay, subscription is confirmed. Okay, great. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back to the CloudWatch here, and then just go back previous. Okay, then you click on next again, and then click on this one, send a notification. You will get the SNS topic which we created. So I'm clicking on this. Okay, so whenever right now, whenever CPU utilization is going above 50, my email will get triggered here. Okay, so just scroll down. We have a lot of various things here. So you can add an auto scaling action. You can click on add EC2 action. Like you can stop the instance if it is crossed 50%, or if you want to terminate the instance, or you can click on reboot the instance. So likewise, you can add multiple EC2 instance actions also. You can click on auto scaling action, click on it. Okay, if something happens, what do you want to do? How do you want to do? So you have to have an auto scaling group, and what kind of things you can verify. You can always check these things. Okay, so for now I'm just choosing only the simple thing, notification, and then click on next, and then that's it. Okay, so click on update alarm. Okay, now the alarm is updated. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a stress utility again. Okay, so here we go. So before that, I want to make sure that what is my alarm status here. Okay, see, right now my alarm is in 0%. What is the time? 4 something. So here if you see, first it was green, then it became red for some time, then it became green now. Okay, so let me stress the CPU again. Stress -C-3, enter. But as per my Gmail, if you see, I don't have any emails yet. Okay, once it crossed 50%, and once it stays for 5 minutes with the 50%, then I would get an email. Okay, so here we go. Right now it is running good, and then let's see the CPU utilization. So if you see the CPU spike started happening, so if you refresh, or it will be up in exactly next 5 minutes, because every 5 minutes we are getting the metrics. Sorry, every 15 minutes we are getting the metrics. Okay, but you can always choose a custom here. Click on custom, and if you wanted to go for every 3 minutes also, you can go for every 3 minutes. Okay, or if you want, click on this, and if you go for 5 minutes, so this is what we have chosen right now. Okay, so let me refresh it. Okay, okay, so just give me a minute. 50 points. Okay, cool. If it's 1 hour, so you can just play around with all these which time zone you want, so but make sure that whenever you're choosing custom, you just choose local time zone, don't use a UTC. Okay, so this is very important in CloudWatch. So let's wait for some more time till the CPU get increased above the 50% with the red mark, and then we can see it. So this one we are watching it in where are we watching? We are watching it in the CloudWatch. Okay, but there is other way of watching it here. So here as well we can watch it. Okay, so in the CloudWatch alarms, I'll click on it. and then inside this I've clicked on the particular alarm, and now it's crossed already. But right now what happens is, from here it will take for 5 minutes. I mean, it will look for 5 minutes status, and then it will just make sure that okay, it went from okay to in alarm. Okay, so that is what it says. Let's wait, let's wait. Okay, now if you see this, I got an email at 4:13 p.m. It says, okay, there is an email because of blah 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 blah, which has entered the alarm state. Okay, so it has crossed the threshold. One out of the last one data point was greater than or equal to threshold 50. So minimum one data point. Okay, to it went to alarm transition at so and so date. And then what is the alarm details, and what is the state change. All these things have reached my email. So how it got reached? Because we already created this simple notification service. Here in the topics, there is one topic which we already created, and here we added the subscription. Okay, so if you want a subscription to be added, one more subscription to be added to your email, one more email, you can always do that. Or if you want to go for SMS, you can go, or you can go for other services as well. Okay, so cool. So this is a basic demo of how to add the SNS topics. And if you go to the CloudWatch, and then yes, see, it has already crossed, and it is an in alarm. And if you see here exactly, it starts red right now. Okay, so that's all, guys. So what you can do is either you can terminate the instance. Okay, if you terminate the instance, don't think like the alarm which we created, that will also get deleted. No, the alarm will be there here itself. Okay, alarm CPU utilization will be here itself until you go ahead and click on actions, and if you go and click on delete. Or else what you can do is, whenever you want to create another instance and you want to map that alarm to that instance, you can always do that. I hope you know that how you have to do it. Click on the any instance, and then click on alarms. Click on alarms here, plus, and then you can click on edit an alarm, and then you can search for an alarm, and then you can look for that. You can map the old alarm to the new instance, and then you can go for it, and then you can click on update. That's all. Okay, so for now I've just terminated the instance, and then I'm gonna delete this as well because I don't require it. Yeah, so that's all for this topic today, guys. Yep, thank you.